So about 10 days ago, as time of recording, Beavo uh, released an apology video or sorts on his official YouTube, which I thought was a pretty good move. Pretty good move. I mean, I had seen a lot of his clips and videos, shorts and stuff, don't actually do amazingly well. Of course, it has been a thing for a while that people say he fell off. Um, and I saw some of his shorts literally have less views and likes than some of mine. And I mean, I have no presence. I haven't been had one big popular video. So not to my own horn. I'm just saying that's the level some of his have gotten, and I just think a lot of that does come down to disinterest in his shtick anymore, and people not liking him. I've got to say, I myself, I like the man. I actually really quite like him. I find him likable and funny. Um, I think he is sweet natured. I think he is a bit of a misunderstood figure. I did actually do a video a bit ago where I'm like, "Come on, Beaver, I'll help you. I'll be your cameraman. I can be your friend." Which went ignored, of course. Which no blame is here. I completely understand. Um, but I do actually feel a little bad for him. I won't lie. Um, but I think he's done the perfect thing here. Release an apology video. Say what? Okay, show that you are self-aware, and show that you understand why people have this feeling towards you, and communicate what you're gonna do to kind of like move on from that. So I thought it was a really good move on his part. There were people saying in the comment section like, "Oh God," because of the views it had at that point. Um, like maybe call this a day, but I don't think so. I mean, right now it's got like 5.2k views, I think it said, which, to be fair, is only like 2k more views than my most viewed video. But to be fair, this probably is like one of the lesser viewed compared to others. Comparing it to my most, there we go. But anyway, I thought it would be a good move to go look at Beavo's apology video properly and see what I think, see what we learn from this, and decide, should we give Beavo a chance? Let's see.
What is happening, YouTube? Beavo here. You know the rules. This that makes me gas saying that. Wanted to make a little video today. A lot has gone on my journey. A lot has gone on. I've had the highs. I've had the lows. I've had reality. I've had the opposite to unreality, like craziness going on.
Fantasy.
I just didn't know how my 15 minutes of fame would play out.
Already, you can see he's got that tone right down of just, he's not being too cringy or too, what I mean, the classic YouTuber apology kind of thing. Because, again, he hasn't done something, in my opinion, wrong. He hasn't, done anything inappropriate or, the real criminal, anything like that. So he's fine on that basis. It's just little things. He's a content criminal, is what he is. So am I. But you can tell with the tone he's got, he's, what I mean, he's carrying himself well. He's carrying it with, he's quite deft. He's quite, what I mean, he seems self-aware as well, especially with him saying there the 15 minutes, acknowledging that, okay, it was 15 minutes, and it really was, that definition of the 50. Okay, of course it's meant to be derogatory in saying 15 minutes. Of course it's longer than that, but it very much does encapsulate that thing of just being really short and really quick, and it really was. And I always did wonder that myself, like, how can it be? Because even once you reach that level, that you've got that interest forever. You've already got that name value. You've already got that importance in the fact, okay, this is what I'm known for. This is what I can piggyback off of. So even once you fell off or whatever, you go smaller, there's still something to springboard off. But of course it's, so you're not starting anew. But of course it's just not the heights you were at when you were pulling in numbers, and making money. So that's kind of what it is. But it's good to see him acknowledge that. And, I think that's one thing a lot of people say, he's not that self-aware and that he's oblivious to himself. But here, I think he displays a lot of self-awareness.
I always wanted to fit in. I wanted the lavish lifestyle. Wanted the chains. I wanted the girls. I wanted the money. Come on onto the scene. I fell in love with the first girl that blinked her eyelids at me. What you want to call it? Full.
I'm sorry. I don't even know if that's intentional. That if it was, he is genius. If he's a blinks her eyelids. I mean, technically, he's not wrong. You do blink your eyelids along with it, but usually it's eyelashes, isn't it? Blinked your eyelids. Okay, well done. Well done. That kind of feels like Michael Scott uh, is in there. Oh, brilliant. Amazing. Good old Beaver. He makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. Intentional or not, better or for worse, he really does.
Again, I've got nothing bad to say about and I don't want to bring her up. I hope she's smashing it and doing the best. But what I'm trying to get at is it was very hard. It was hard for me. It was hard to deal with. And I thought it'd be easy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very lazy person. Like I could have started YouTube time ago. Started at ages ago when I was at my peak. Should have been a millionaire, but I'm not.
I mean, yeah, it's good admitting that, saying what he should have done. He should have done this sooner. I know he did on Happy Hour. He went on Happy Hour with Jackmate and Stevie, and but he did say that he should have become a YouTuber, and I agree. If he did it at his peak, I think he'd be more well known now. But again, I think it's hard as well because it's like even like people like Jack Joseph, they've got some presence on here, but you still get a lot of people saying like, "Oh, he's nowhere near as big as he should be. Look at what he's doing on TikTok and this." But it's a very different thing, isn't it? TikTok content is different to YouTube, and different things work different, depend on the platform. Even again, I hate to make it about myself because it's not like I'm a, big maker. I love doing what I do, but I'm not up there. But some people works really well on TikTok will get nothing on YouTube, and then something what's really good on YouTube, nothing on TikTok. They're very different things. Um, Especially with this, the content would have to be very different to the point where you know it wouldn't be recognizable as you and what you do. So I think it's a good point in saying that. I do agree, but I think it still would have been a difficult journey even at its peak. But of course, I think there would have been some kind of like um, piggyback sort of views just from name value and interest if he'd done it around then. Um, and he calls himself lazy. He said that a lot. He did that in the Happy Hour interview a lot. I'm a lazy person, really. But then they acknowledge, well, you say you're lazy, but it still takes a lot of drive for the ideas you do and what you are doing. You're still, you know, even like the most low effort content, still, there's hidden stuff that goes into it. There still is other stuff where it means you have to put a lot of effort and time into it. So, you know, I would say he is lazy. I think that's a bit of a projection, which isn't actually too accurate. But as for YouTube content, I suppose he could have rated the foods he did, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was great because this wasn't great because I choked on it. This potato was, he could have done something like that. But the thing is, as I said in my little thing a bit ago, he still can. He still can go and do it. You know what I mean? Turn it around. Turn it around. And I think he should. I know it's a difficult sort of thing to do, but at least try it.
Blew up for eating dinners. Wrong. I don't really like to class before because I had my little blow up just because I was known. But we go for the majority of people. It was good, but I just don't know where I went wrong. I know doing the spicy stuff, yeah, that completely finished me off. I'm not gonna lie. But being totally honest, there was a time in my career where I was very broke, and I earn more money now than I did when I was at my peak. Other than that 1 month, I had a very big month on TikTok. I'm sure you can find out how much I earned somewhere.
That's interesting then, because that's an interesting point. If he says he makes more money now than he did, but he kind of like is lamenting back then, it kind of shows you that the true value. Because the big thing with Beaver is a lot of people think, and he says it on every kind of podcast. He said it. I hate to go back to the Jack Mate one so much, but it is a good interview. To be fair, um, he did say how much he loves money and how a lot of it, of his desire and his ambition, comes from wanting to make money. And he even said earlier on with the chains and stuff and that. But by admitting he makes more money now, it kind of shows, but still lamenting, uh, wanting to go back to where he was. It kind of shows that the value for him isn't in the making money, really. I think he says that, but I think really he does want the glory aspect of it, the creativity aspect, um, the making something you're proud of, I suppose, and just the kind of hustle of it, the feeling of success, I suppose, the feeling of I did well there. That was cool. Hey, I'm doing well. I think that's what he wants. I think he's chasing a feeling he had for a tiny while. I don't think it really is the money he's after. I think he wants that feeling of fame and that feeling of importance, that feeling of pride in yourself and I'm doing well. And, that's relatable. That's relatable for a lot of us, I think. Certainly for me. So that is interesting there. I mean, you could make the counter argument. He's thinking, I could have made much more money if I okay, I make more money now, but imagine how much money I could make if there was as much interest back then. But I did it this way. I could make this much more money. But I think there is a part of him who really wants that feeling of being proud of yourself. I think, but I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I had I had a girl by my side, which again, first love hurts, chat, and I'll be real, and I'll be very real. It has hurt me. It's caused me to, I wouldn't say get depressed, but it's made me realise that just life's life now. Like I'm never gonna love like that again. It's a good experience, as I said. She taught me a thing or two. I disagree with some things that she's done. She disagrees with some things I've done. But life goes on.
I think, yeah, I think that's the heart of really what he's saying here. That's bless him. You feel for that, and again, that's relatable for a lot of us too. Like, I think a big part of it is he really misses. I forgot what she's called, to be honest. He doesn't mention her by name, but I'm used to hearing it a lot. And every kind of other interview, I forgot her name. Plus, I can't remember, but yeah, he really misses her. Obviously, his ex girlfriend. That is sad to see, and I can see what he means. Like that feeling of once you've had one thing, everything afterwards just doesn't compare to the feeling before. And I think that's, like I said, that's the heart of what he misses. I think he associates that time where he blew up on TikTok with the time he met his girlfriend. So he's associating that time with everything being great. So I think his girlfriend plays into his kind of like lamenting and yearning for the past, um, a lot as well. So that that's the thing where you actually feel quite bad for him, you know, because yeah, you can see that hurt and bless him. Actually, bless him.
I don't know why I get so much hate. I'm just, well, I'm not even a boy no more, I'm an adult. I was a boy from Essex that wanted to make something of himself. And that was it. I've got no beef with no one.
That's the only problem in an apology. If you show that you don't know what you did wrong, that is a bit, oh, okay. That does mark you down a bit, I will say. Um, Another thing he does kind of like, and I can do that too, kind of like loosely connects his points. Is that I feel like I'm going with, just talks about his girlfriend, then I feel like I'm going with this is I don't know where the hate's coming from. You know what I mean? Like kind of disparate points, really. He doesn't link that too well. I think he's just saying everything he feels. Um, he can do that a bit sometimes, but yeah, I mean, and a lot of hate is unwarranted. And like I say, I feel like um, a lot of it is. And like I said before, I feel like, come on, he's not that bad a guy. Like he isn't a bad a guy at all. But yeah, an apology whenever you don't seem to understand what you did wrong, that's always a bit. That's not gonna go down well with people. But really, should it? Does it matter? You know, really, people are saying you've done something wrong when you haven't really. You know, it's not like you scam people. So that sticks out to me, but it's also like, yeah, it's what it is.
My ex, everyone had a lot to say about her. Everyone had a lot to say about the relationship. So it caused me to hate everyone. Don't like me, don't like her. Bye. Do you know what I mean? That's the girl I wanted to marry. Do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I'm not going to marry my best mate. I'm going to marry a girl. I don't care what your opinions are. I don't care what she's done or if she's been with you. Do you know what I mean? So that made me have a guard. I had a guard and I hated everyone. Which didn't help me because I lost my management. I lost a lot of people that work close with me. I'm not managed. I do everything myself. Deals come my way. I just give people percent. I'm not locked into some management. And it's made me realise that I need to lock in. I do need to lock in. I've had I've had grieving. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It was hard getting over her. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna come to YouTube and just express myself and show that I am a good person. I am. This is Brandon Beavis. This ain't Beavo flexing. Do you know what I mean? I've got my £1,000 chain, whether you think it's real or not.
Again, that is one problem. Last time where you can see people's point, he says one thing, but then displays something completely different sometimes. You know, say, well, this is Brandon Beavis, this isn't Beavo, this ain't that character. You know, and that's his best defense, and that is, again, chatmate video, I'm sorry, great source. But that was the angle, because Jack was trying to help him out, really. And that angle he was going for was, okay, that's a character, this is you. You can separate the two. Anything you don't like is Bevo. The person you should like is Brandon Beavis, which is you as a person. Um, and he says there, I'm not this gold chain. I'm not, well, it's not gold, but you know, I'm not this chain. I'm not this. But then he's still going to show it to camera, and he's still going to wear that. I think a better display and point of that would have been to take that off and go, look, here I am. That guy. No, I'm going to speak to you as Brandon Beavis here. For the most part, I think he has, but yeah, I think a good point would have been to take off the chain. I think for this,
I'm done trying to impress people. Like
taking
I
off.
feel like I'm missing out
Sorry.
when I don't go on holidays now. And I'm like, I don't care. Like I want money. I want to be healthy. I've realised with health that health is everything. Recently, I still now I can't hear out my left ear. I've got about 10%, 15% hearing out of this ear.
You know, no.
I wanted to start gym. I wanted to lock in. I wanted to do a lot of things, but this is really just. It's like it's just a little nick. I don't know. I can't explain, but it's so annoying. And I don't know if I'm shouting. I don't know if I'm being quiet.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing you can feel bad for. You know, if it's anything with health, you can't help that. Well, sometimes you can, but in this case, it's something's happened with his ear. I don't know what specifically. He hasn't really gone into detail. I don't know if it was, especially if he says he's got like 10% hearing. Like, I know that's probably just an estimate. I don't know if he's been to a doctor or anything, but I don't know if it was, you know, near really loud music or something, near a loud noise. I don't know, but I do feel bad for him. I can relate to that because my ear is sometimes a bit like that myself. more not as serious as that, but yeah, I can sometimes not hear too well out of this because of something myself, but nowhere near as serious as that. And things like that really do get you down and do kind of stop you from doing what you want to do. So this is something I feel bad for him, because it's like, actually he can't help that, and I can understand why that would put a sort of like roadblock in what he wants to do if something's in it. If something's an inhibition, is that the word? But anyway, something's burdening him, something's taken away from that, then I feel bad for that. That's a very valid thing, that's a very valid thing to say. So I hope he gets this sorted. I hope he. Don't know if he's seen someone, but yeah.
I want to do good. I want to. I don't know what the word is. I just want to prevail again. Like, I am a very good person. I don't want to be in the same category as Ed. I don't know who's out there, but I just want to do my own thing. I get compared a lot. Do you know what I mean? We're all part of the Essex. Well, we're all from Essex. Just let me go my own lane. Like, I don't want to stream on Kick anymore. I think Kick is a very toxic app. It encourages a lot of bad, like with the fighting. God, don't get me started with the HS streams with the fighting. Bloody hell, like. I'm fragile. Like, I'm not a fighter. I'm not. I can scrap if I need to. I've got one hand. I need my shoulder done still. It's just, yeah. I needed a reset. I needed this time to lock in.
I'm glad he's saying this though, because it's like, for a long time, I think the prevailing feeling was like that he would just do anything for cash and for clout. I hate that word, but that he would do anything for that, and so he'd follow whatever gets you that. You know what I mean? And I think he does that. I think he does. I think he sees what works for some people and goes, "All right, I'll do that," and then comes to regret it. It doesn't work for him, or it does a little bit, but it damages his reputation and damages, you know, people's view of him, and then he regrets it, and then his career is none the better. So I think that's a good moral lesson for, don't just follow whatever you think works, because it might not work for you, and it might not be you. If it isn't you, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Um, and again, the Jack interview, he did say, like, well, a lot of those people who go down certain routes, they're happy doing that. They're fine doing that. They can go to sleep at night and be fine that they did that. Whilst I think for you, Bevo, you don't. I don't think you are okay doing that. I think you go to bed and you do regret that. And yeah, I agree. And I do see that now. So it's nice to see him kind of saying that, oh, I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to do all this. I don't want to, he kind of played in that interview, did play kind of dumb a bit and kind of like, oh, no, I don't really know what's going on with that. Yeah, no. I think he knew a bit more than he was letting on. But you can see now that he regrets that and that he doesn't want to be associated with that and doesn't want to do that himself. So, good on him. For acknowledging that, even if it come a little late.
I'm happy. I'm chatting to a very, very beautiful, good-looking girl. We're happy, and I think it's just time to.
Well, that's an interesting point there. Because there he is saying about, and you feel bad for him, he's saying about his ex-girlfriend. Little do you know, I know, obviously, early days. Of course, relate, early days, you know how it's going to go. But talking about somebody else, his ex-girlfriend, you feel bad for him. Little do you know, he's actually talking to somebody else new now anyway, and he says, we're happy. To go as far as to say we're happy, as if it's a bit more solid. But there was yearning for his ex. I mean, yeah, there's acknowledging the past and saying, oh, this happened and whatever. And acknowledging that place, as long as it stays in the past. But you seem like it's properly yearning for her there. Then it turns out he's talking to somebody else. Also, beautiful, brilliant to say that, but what about her personality? What's she like? Someone I'm talking to is beautiful, brilliant personality, lovely person. You know what I mean? I'm sure the same for him. But, it always makes me cringe when people only mention that. But fair enough, yeah. He's trying to be nice. He meant well.
And to anyone that I have offended, beefed, I'm sorry. Like generally, my head was just very. I think I turned it into a hater. I think there was some nights I was actually hating on people's stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm a creator myself. I shouldn't be hating. But again, mental health is a thing. I'm not throwing the mental health card, but I haven't felt myself.
That's the important thing. So he has then acknowledged, okay, he did great beef with people, unnecessarily. Again, just to get the attention, really, kind of thinking that would work. But he said he shouldn't have done that, really, which is good. Admitting he was wrong for that. That's good. Well done. Um, that's cool. And the mental health thing, very important. Yeah, very important. Everyone has it. Everyone has it. He's not saying he's been diagnosed or is this far or whatever. He's just saying, hey, my head weren't where I wanted it to be. I weren't, you know, at the best of where I should have been mentally. And so, that of course influences my decisions and judgment. And I think it did, because I think he is a hateful person, really. I think, especially when you're like upset or angry or whatever it might be, you can take things out on the wrong people and the wrong things. And I think he probably did that a little bit because he was struggling. So, again, relate, and again, good on him for acknowledging that and saying that.
I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. Now, with what I've got and my followers and the clout I have,
He's not helping my case here. Like Jack was doing, I'm trying to help you. Stop saying that. Let's forget about millionaire. Okay, you want to live comfortably. You want to live comfortably. You want enough money. We all want that. Enough money so we can, be peaceful and live our life the way we want to. Millionaire, you don't need to be a millionaire. No one needs to be a millionaire. Um, oh god, life is for living and living is free. But yeah, I'm trying to help him here and say, no, that's not what he wants. And then he says he wants to be a millionaire. God's sake, stop doing this. He doesn't mean it, guys. He doesn't mean it.
so more of the story is
Like,
just
Bruno Mars, stop it.
I apologise to everyone,
Travis McCoy as well.
and that goes to my management, Steve-O the Madman and Ade. I was just very unmanageable. I was earning a lot of money. I had a girl by my side, and we were just running off, doing stupid things. James, that was doing all my bookings, nightclubs. Aggie, I took you for granted, bro. That was silly of me to get an ego and drop you. Bouncer, I see him make videos on me like slagging me off, which hurt because again, him and Aggie brought me through. So again, I apologise to him. There's a lot of people I want to apologise
Listen,
to, and
well, this is important. This really is important, and like, I like that he's directly apologizing to people. He's saying the name specific. Oh, of course, he's not saying second names, but he is saying specifically. It's like it's like a really sorry awards acceptance speech. He's literally directly naming people and going, yeah, I did this. Oh, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry to you. I like that. That's really cool. Really big of him. This makes it a more genuine apology video, actually, because it's like he is actually specifically apologizing for specific things to specific people. So that's nice to see. God bless him. And it's never too late. Never too late. I mean, there'll be a video from me soon. Go mine him as Erling, my friend. You won't regret once you go Earl. Randy. Anyway, stupid.
it's hard. It ain't easy being in the position I'm in, and the public light, spotlight, the egg I get in public, the DMs I get chat.
I sent him a DM once. I feel bad now. It was nice. I don't want to be your friend. I feel bad now. Of course, he means people who are nasty and mean and say absolutely god awful, horrible, unhuman things. But you know, I feel bad for adding to that pile, and he probably didn't see it if he gets loads of hate. That's why I thought it would be nice to see a good one. But it's alright, Beaver.
We're going on a Beavo hunt. We're going to get you and beat you up. And I'm like,
I'm
bro,
sorry, that's. Oh no. One of my least favourite things is laughing at something you shouldn't, but going on a beef. Try to defend him here. Don't say that. The Beavo hunt. Come on. Like going on a bear hunt, you're going on a Beavo hunt. Oh. Going on a Beaver hunt, you're gonna catch a potato. Oh. You're gonna catch a big spud. Something like that. Or hate the sentiment, mean. The wording's pretty funny, I've got to admit. Bevo hunt.
25-year-old man that just wanted to do social
Crap.
media. And I've done it.
I'm older than Bevo.
Guys, yeah, I got lucky. I put my hands up. I got lucky. I got very, very, very lucky. But I take it. Do you know what? I take it. Within a heartbeat, I take it. Because I wanna be where I'm at. I've got 1.4 million followers on TikTok. I'm going to have 100K by the end of the year on YouTube.
I was going to say, that shows the disparate. Of course, he's had the TikTok for years, blew up there, different format, all that. He has 12 point something thousand here. So that's very disparate, and that's just what I was saying earlier. But it's cool that he has that goal. Let's get this much from YouTube. And it's exciting. It's exciting starting from lower, seeing how much you can get. I'm appreciative of every single person I get now. Or now, I always have been. What I mean is, I quite like having a lower number because it means each one means a lot. And each one shows clear progression. So, yeah, like, it's exciting. Take it as a exciting thing of let's see how far we can build this, how far we can go, and again, it being clear, very clear how far you've come from a certain date to now. So, good on him.
Facebook has put me on the fast track program, so I'm earning money back on there again. I got banned because the haters decided to hate on me.
That's what they do.
Yeah, and if there's anything else that can make me money, I will push. I will push and push and push. And I want to eventually, I want to go into management. I want to help other influencers not make the mistakes I have made.
Good.
So that is long term. I want to help. I'd love to help people now. I'd love to set a group up, or
I think that's the important thing you're saying right there. I like that. Yeah, set something up, help other people out. I mean, will it be anything beyond don't do this content, don't go there? Will it be? But I think there's something for that. Just see like a support group for content creators. To be fair, they probably genuinely need one. To be fair, cause stuff like hate and again, yeah, help you don't make bad decisions. That was it. I was just gonna do a stupid joke. Are you calling me a hater? Well, I'm not calling you a lover. There we go. Little Drake and Josh.
I don't want to do like a scammy thing, like where pay this and you get a call. So I actually want to sit. I don't know what the word is, but you sit actually on a voice call and everyone listens to you. Don't get me wrong. People need to pay for my time and my knowledge.
Well, I don't want to do scam. I really want to help people out. I don't want to scam people. You pay us to get this course. But yeah, maybe like a video thing. I tell you over there, you listen to me by Zoom. Cool. Of course, you got to pay me, but maybe just do it free. I mean, to be fair, if you want to rehabilitate your image, then doing something like that, yeah, do that. Do it. I'm going to help other creators, and it's going to be free. That's my advice. Bless him. Good idea, but I can understand his he needs to pay for my time and that, but I just think if you really want to rehabilitate your image, that's a brilliant idea. And you really want to help people, brilliant idea. Do that. Just do it free of charge and maybe donations. Maybe, hey, if you want to, you can give me a little bit here, but you don't have to, sort of thing. That's my advice.
Again, I'm going to wrap this up. I am sorry to everyone that I have disrespected. I think I needed to self reflect. I needed the downfall. I feel like at the minute, I'm not saying low because I'm still earning money. Like in terms of money, it's not an issue, but I feel like everyone's hating on me a bit. So I want this to come out and just show that yeah, I went a bit backwards, but I'm looking forward. So big up everyone, big
Yeah,
up Beavo. You know the rules. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you in another YouTube video because I want to smash these YouTube videos out and
yeah,
feel like me again. And it feels nice doing this because I used to do this as a kid, knowing that I'll probably get 10 views. I'll probably get 10 views on this, but it's made me happy. And that's all that
yeah,
matters. So big up everyone, big up Bevo. You know the rules. And I'm going to start doing dinner videos on YouTube as well. So make sure to look for the full length dinner videos. Cheers.
yes. Oh, he ended that fantastically. Okay, there's a few things in there where you're like, okay, stop mentioning money. Okay, don't say that. Okay, that was a bit. Ended it fantastically. That was a brilliant ending there. That's absolutely great. I mean, yeah, he showed his gratitude. He showed why he was doing what he was doing. Um, where he sees it now, he genuinely apologized. And I love that phrase there. He just said, like, I might have gone backwards, but I'm looking forwards now. Very much true. No matter how far back you go or how further down you go, you can always go further and go upwards. Like, that's fantastic to hear him have that mindset and to be genuinely sorry. I think he is. Um, and then the love he has for this, and it's so relatable for me, so relatable for a lot of us. Is like he used to do it as a kid, so it'd be interesting to see those. Man, if you want to get people's attention, release those, find those, and put them. I'm sure he's taking them down or whatever, but hopefully there's a way. Let people see young Bevo do what he used to do. That would have been great. To see. Um, and then also like his excitement and his ambition there, his appreciation is very relatable. Yeah, knowing that it might not do that well. So here we are. You know, people in comments go, oh, look how many views this got. He said he would have been happy for it to get 10. Well, he's done much more than that. So good on him. And like, I can relate to that. I think you don't know how well it's going to do. Could do terribly. You just love doing it. It's fun. It's awesome. It's creative. It's productive. It's, so I can relate to that so much. And I'm glad he sees it that way. It's really good to see a creator genuinely be like, wow, this is great. I'm enjoying doing this. This is going to be good. I know, obviously, he's at the start of this, so everyone's a bit more excited at first, later down the line, as with anything. You know what I mean? You get used to something. But he says he used to do it, so it's good to see that he still enjoys doing that. And it's good to see his passion and his excitement, and also just his clear goal of, okay, I'm going to do a full-length eating video on here. And like I said, my idea is still very much on the table for you, Bevo. Rate those things you've eaten. Do it. Maybe he already has. Well, there we have it. The verdict is in. I gotta say, I really enjoyed that. I think more so than I thought. I didn't know he would be so genuine there. I think I really felt that. Like I said, I already liked him anyway, but I felt like sometimes he didn't help himself, and he could. And there's a few times he did that. He did mention money a bit too much. I think immediately that's gonna. I mean, honesty is good. I like honesty, but too much mentions of money, it can just make you feel cynical, I think. But and a lot of times you'd seen him in other interviews, he just hadn't helped himself. With certain things he had said, you're like, we're trying to rehabilitate your image here, and you're saying that. Don't say that. Just don't say that. I think this is when he really does need a manager. Someone, I'll be a manager, be no. I've already said I'll be his friend, so too far. But anyway, I really enjoyed that. To be honest, I thought that was really good. Nice little video. I think he showed a lot of, understanding for the things he had done. Actually, he did say in the video, which again, another thing I didn't. Okay, don't say that. An apology. I don't know what I've done wrong. Never good. But he did seem to acknowledge the things he had done, the places he'd gone down, the things he regrets, the things he shouldn't have done. He apologized directly to people. Um, I think a lot of empathy is invited here because, the mental thing really is something to be taken seriously. You can see he really was destroyed by the breakdown of his relationship with his girlfriend. So that's something we can all go, okay, mate, yeah, I see you. And I think really genuinely he came across well here. I think it was a needed video, very good idea, and I think he executed it pretty well, not perfectly, but pretty well. And I thought that was a good video and good move on his part. Um, do I think we should give him a chance? Do I think we should forgive him? I think so. I think so. I mean, he said exactly, what he felt. And I think everything is quite minor to really hate on him. And again, I think haters are just haters. And asking haters for no reason to stop is a bit of a big ask, because some people just hate for the sake of it. People just are nasty for no reason. And you can't stop that. If people are like that, that's on them, not you. You just got to take it and go, okay, then. You live in that world. I'm not going to feel that negativity. I'm not that. But then, if there are things you are responsible for and you do kind of invite yourself, then acknowledge that and say what you're going to do to change that, and express sincere apology. And I think he did that. I think he did that. And I think then, I do feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him. A lot of it isn't deserved. Some of it is, but not to the extent that he gets it. And I think it's time we're back on Beavo's side. Let's join Beavo. Let's join him and subscribe to him. You know, subscribe to him. I mean, he doesn't need my help. Again, he's 12,000, even if it's not what you expect a Beavo, the name of Beavo, to have on YouTube. He obviously loves it. That was another thing I loved. He loves it. He loves what he does. He loves that he's back on YouTube. He's feeling passionate and excited again. I think that's the most important thing. And he should keep this up. He should go and focus on here, I think, now is my advice. And take off that damn chain. Take it off, man. Take the damn chain off. If you want to, I'm not going to force anything. But thanks for watching. Thank you so much. If you got this far, please give it a like, leave a comment. Do you think we should forgive Beavo? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Any other thing you want to bring up, please do. It's open space, my chat forum. Just no hate towards Beavo. Yeah, say mean things about me. Just leave Beavo out of it. Alright, don't say anything about him. Subscribe for more videos like this. I look at fun pop culture things, funny things, a bit of everything. Sometimes I do need to be more specific with my videos now. I do need to make sure they are more consistent in what the topic is or the style is, because I have varied a bit sometimes, and that hasn't done well for me. But hey ho, you got an idea you love, you do it. You go down that route because you love it and you want to see it through. So there we go. But trust me, if you like this, you'll get more stuff like this coming up. And subscribe to Beavo, like I said. Subscribe to him above me. If there's a choice between the two, subscribe to Beavo. I mean, can you link other channels? I think you can. I'm going to link Beavo's channel. And if he gets a lot from me, imagine, then he might say thank you. He might DM me back. On TikTok, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, that's about it. Have a great time. Thanks for watching. And I can't believe I'm going to do this. Sheesh. Fuck. Oh, God.